Guruji, what is the difference between literacy and knowledge?
Very simple. You have actually given me an answer also in the question. See, literacy is something which we consider as what is in the books that has come as an information into our mind. But knowledge is not like that. See, a person who is literate, his biggest problem will be in life is he will not be able to deal with circumstances, which arises quite often in everyone's life. None of us has a smooth life. Whether it is Lord Rama or Lord Krishna or any great scholar, whether it is APJ Abdul Kalam or Swami Vivekananda or anyone, even our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, no one has life which is bed of roses. Everybody has got thorns in the roses. So literacy will not give you the sufficient knowledge to handle the circumstances that may arise in front of you. For example, when I look at the sky in the morning, I look at it in a different way. You know what I see in the sky? I find that a dawn of a new era is starting. Because that sun which is rising in the horizon, it gives me hope for a better tomorrow. But a literate person may not look at that side. He may look at that his time is up, he has to run for his office or go to his school or go to his college to teach or go for his workplace. Because he did not understand how to handle life issues. The best education is which makes you a better person, better human being. And in literacy that doesn't happen. For example, we declare a particular village that this village is literate. What does our government gives guidance on what is literacy? That the person in the villages, all persons are able to sign on the document. They can read the basic informations. That is the literacy. But they are not qualified greatly. A knowledge person need not have degree, but he knows how to deal with the circumstances. Let me give you a very good example. This I will tell you with a story. There was a person by name Paramanand. He was in a small village, a well-to-do person, sufficient wealth for himself and a very good house to stay and leading a fairly good life. One day his house was knocked, door was knocked by a fakir. Fakir we call it recluse. That means the person who has given up material life and just depends on few alms he gets from the food and all from people of the place. So this fakir suddenly lands in Paramanand's house and knocks the door. Paramanand, when he opens the doors, he sees a fakir standing there. He feels very happy because today he gets an opportunity to serve a noble person. So he invites him into the house and makes him comfortably sit there, and then he tells him, yes, tell me what I can do for you. He says, no, I just wanted to have food because I am a fakir, so I have no other way except that I beg in 5 houses, so I need food from you. He said, fantastic, I'll arrange everything for you. So he arranges food and all, and after food they chit-chat various good things, and he says, you take rest, tomorrow you can go. So tomorrow the saint, the fakir, when he wants to go, at that time, surprisingly, Paramanand gives him a good gift also. So after seeing the gift and the good treatment he was given, hospitality given by Paramanand, the fakir says, I bless you and I pray God also to give you 10 folds of the wealth what you are having, because you are such a good person. Then Paramanand laughs at it. Then immediately fakir asks, why are you laughing? He says, very simple. See, when you are telling me this is fantastic, that I should have 10-fold of more than what I have. But no one knows. Tomorrow the situation will be same and I will be in a similar situation. So let us not bother about it. Thank you very much for your good wishes. Okay, the fakir disperse. After a few years, the fakir comes to the same village again, and he goes to in search of the Paramanand's place and reaches there. But to his surprise, he is no more staying there, and it seems this property which he was owning earlier has lost it, and his financial position became so bad that he is working with another big jamindar in the village, who is much bigger, and this man is working there. Fakir feels very bad. He said he has treated me so well, gave me a lot of good hospitality and all. Why this happened to this man? Anyhow, he didn't want to leave the village without meeting him. So he goes to his place and meets him. And to his surprise, he sees him working in the Jamindar's house as a servant. Then he asks him, why your circumstances has become like this? He says, I told you the other day when you were blessing me that I should have 10 folds of income or more wealth than this. But I told you that what is waiting in the store no one knows. So it happened. I lost everything. It's okay. I am very happy with what I have and what I don't have also. Come, I take you to my house. And that house where he took him, it was a very small room. And in that room only he was staying, and there only everything is there. And he had a very, very ordinary food with, literally, it cannot be compared with the first time what food he has eaten. But however, that food was sufficient for one person. But Paramanand happily gave this food to him. And he says, you are coming here, I feel so happy. You remember me, Fakirji, and you all the way come here. So please have whatever I can offer, I am offering you. He takes the food, but while leaving, tears come out of Fakir's eyes. And he says, I am very saddened by your situation. He says, Paramanand says, why are you sad? I am not sad, I am very happy. Because I know that this also will pass. I may not remain in the same position always. As I was not there in the earlier position. So I may not know what is the position coming tomorrow or what may happen tomorrow. So why bother about it? I don't want to imagine future. I want to stay in the present. With sadness the fakir leaves. And again after a few years the fakir comes to the same village, and to his surprise he came to know that Paramanand has become the biggest landlord of the village. He is surprised to see that he goes to the same Jamindar's house where he was a servant, and today he is a landlord. Then he asked him, how did it happen? He says, I told you, nothing is static. What will happen, no one knows. It's a very simple thing. The landlord don't have any children. He adopted me just a little before his death was coming. So he handed over his entire wealth to me and he died. Oh, superb. Unbelievable. But it happened. Yes, it happened. So he takes Atithyam, Fakir stays there and enjoys the food and all, everything. And 2-3 days he stays there. And when he was leaving, again Paramanand gave him gift and all, as he did in the very first time. So he felt very happy. He said, this time I am praying the Almighty and I am also blessing you that your position should not change. If it doesn't improve, doesn't matter, but what you are today, you should remain. And I feel very happy to see you, such a noble person, in good position. Again, Paramanand laughs. He laughs. Then Fakir says, why are you laughing? He says, very simple. Next time when you, let us imagine that next time you are coming maybe after 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, or the wealth may be there, I may not be there. So nothing is permanent. So every situation, every circumstances, we should learn to be very happy. That's how I know our life should be. So the knowledge of Paramananda was extremely great. And Fakir said, okay, I don't have anything to say, but I keep praying for you to remain in that highest position. And that is verse. And again after a few years fakir comes. And he comes to the same palace, Jamindar's house, big house. And to his surprise, Paramanand is no more. The people in the house inform him that 1.5 years back he died. He felt very sad. But he remembered his word. That yes, circumstances may change, but equanimity of mind should not change. Whether we are in happy circumstances or a painful circumstances, we should always maintain our happiness, that is cool head, and we should function. So, literacy will not permit. Here the difference is, fakir was behaving like a literate, whereas he is supposed to be knowledge. Whereas Paramananda, being in the greyest dharma and being in the material performance, he was not at all disturbed by the circumstances life has given him. So what I am trying to tell you is, as human beings we all should have certain qualities in us. The best qualities that we can have is, we should always follow the 4 pillars of dharma. What is the dharma we should follow? We should follow truth, we should follow compassion, we should follow charity, and we should follow krama sikshana. These 4 pillars of dharma, as a knowledge person, we should follow. We should never give up the way of truth. We should never, get tempted by any worldly things. We should deal with them as it is arises in front of us, and not too much plan about storing big wealth and creating big richness, because nothing is permanent. The body is perishable. So whoever comes to our place, we should be compassionate to them, kind-hearted to them, and whatever possible help we can do it in charity. These 2 are very primarily, because we give compassion, we give charity, automatically it returns back to us in divine blessing, that whatever we did good to others, it returned back to us in this many folds. We did not plan for it, we did not look for it, but it will happen. So, Satyam, Daya, Dhanam, Krama Sikshana, that is, truth, charity, compassion and discipline should be a format which we should use to lead our life. So the literate people, they always think A for apple. Suddenly you ask them what is A, they'll say A for apple. You ask B for, they'll say bat. But if you ask a knowledge person, he will talk in a different word. He will say A for ant. He will not say B for bat or ball. He may say bag, because he is using vichara. He is not a parrot who is by-hearted. The great difference between the literacy is visible here. Now coming to, I just recollect one more, small story which really tells miles about things. There was one father and son, and this father was an elderly person, and one day he calls his sons and says, I may not live for a long time, so I am giving you whatever I have so that you lead your life comfortably. He brings a bag and gives to the son. That bag was having a lot of gold coins. The son was surprised to see that his father has got so much wealth. Then his father tells him, son, you can spend money from this. These coins you can take and spend and lead your life. But whenever it is exhausted, you can use this mantra. Then he tells him that mantra. You tell this mantra and automatically the bag will be full. So I received this as a boon, and all this life I am honest and I help people. You also help people and be comfortable. And after some time, few months, the father dies and son becomes the boss of the entire home. So he starts happily spending the money. He goes on spending the money and enjoying. 4 or 5 years passes by and he goes on spending and the money is still there. When it comes to 6th or 7th year, the money gets exhausted. But what happened during these 7 years is this person has forgotten the mantra. That very simple mantra which his father has told. So then he was disturbed. He went and asked everybody nearby. Neighbors he asked the temple priest. But nobody could tell him. Somebody could tell something, somebody could tell something, somebody could tell something. Somebody said, you say Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Somebody said, you say Om Namah Shivaya. Somebody said, you say something else. So everybody gave their advice, but when he came and did that mantra chanting, nothing worked. Then at last he meets a merchant. The merchant said, you straight away ask God, Hey Bhagwan, mujhe dhan daulat do. That also he comes and says, that then doesn't work. He was disappointed and little bit frustrated also. Then suddenly somebody knocks his door. When he opens, he sees a poor man standing there. He says, मैं बहुत भूखा हूँ, I am very hungry. मुझे कुछ खाने को दीजिए. He said, okay, come in. And he gives him food. After taking food, that poor man stands up and shows his hand towards the sky. Said, Ishwar, tera dhanyavad. Immediately, this person's eyes start sparkle and mind becomes very happy. He rushes inside and in front of the bag he says, what the poor man has said. Ishwar tera dhanyavad. The moment he uses the word, immediately the entire bag gets filled up. So here the intention of telling you these stories are, see, a knowledge person should always be in a position to deal with circumstances with patience, understanding, and support his patience and understanding with proper knowledge. Life is not careless thing. It is a gift given by God to us, and we should know how to lead our life. It is very important. So I have told you that four basic pillars of dharma is truth, compassion, charity and crucifixion. You should get up early in the morning. And I will suggest, because I get up at 4 a.m. You also should get up at that time, or maybe 4:30 you can get up. Wash yourself, freshen yourself and do some physical exercise. We do Surya Namaskara, you also can do Surya Namaskara. That is a yoga practice. There are 12 mudras in that and 12 mantras. If you ask me, you can send me a mail or something, I'll just give you the entire idea. Otherwise, any Ramakrishna Mat Kendram you go, there Surya Namaskara, a small book is available for 5 rupees or 10 rupees. You can pick up, it is there, you can learn. Or if you want, we can teach you also, absolutely no issue. Then you can do some pranayama for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can do meditation. So totally 1 hour you should give in the morning, say 4:30 to 5:30 for yourself. That will give you discipline of your life. And it will make your mind very fresh. And you don't have any business at that hour of the time. So after that you can fall into your routine. And once you become totally bathed and everything, and before taking breakfast, you can just sit in front of God and do the daily Ishtadaivam Puja. Whatever prayer you do to your regularly God. For example, you can say, Tameva Tameva Mata cha Pita, Tameva Tameva Bandhusaka, Tameva Tameva Vidyadranam, Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. You can say this. And you can say in the beginning, Om Sri Ganeshaya Nama, Om Gurubhyo Nama, you can say. Or you can learn some slokas and mantras, but you should understand the meaning of it. A literate will only chant the mantra, but a knowledgeable person will understand what is the mantra he is chanting and what its meaning is. Don't try to read the entire Upanishad and Veda in one day. Just begin somewhere and start understanding. Once you start understanding, a lot of happiness and love will come from your inside. Be kind-hearted, a very compassionate person. Give some charity, whatever you can always give. You remember, everything is perishable in this world. The knowledge very clearly established that this body is perishable. All the wealth we have created, it will not be with us. Somebody else is going to enjoy tomorrow. Maybe your son, maybe your daughter, maybe your son-in-law, or maybe some relative or somebody else. You know nothing about it once you leave this world. So create a situation where a lot of noble qualities exist and everybody is good character. So that's why everything happens in the right way. Swasti Bhavati.